What is up guys, Wraec is here with a new video, and today it is time to finally check out PvE. Last time we already upgraded my lineup a ton. We got Ezio, we got Cassandra, we got all of this going for us right now, and we are going to challenge those insane dungeons right here. The dungeons itself have been a huge surprise, and as you can already see, they feature some insane bosses with absolutely great design. This dragon right here has a lot of cool abilities that you have to check out and that you have to kind of include in the planning phase of your team, which I already did for this. We're going to check out all of the dungeons, well, not all of them maybe, but a ton of the select dungeons that I want to show you guys because they feature absolutely great mechanics and were super interesting to me. For now it's time to beat this one, so let's give it the finishing hit. Who is going to do it? Oh, there we go. Got ourselves some nice loot there, definitely take that. And actually you can join this game too, and it's a great time to do this right now. Because right now when you use the link down in the description, you get Tholin Foulbeard just by joining the game and just by downloading this game through the link or through the QR code on screen. And you can see Tholin Foulbeard is actually a very cool hero. You will also get a ton of other heroes on top that I will write down for you down in the description. And of course never forget to use the code SUPERVICTORY and Wrath to unlock the legendary champions Pelops the Victor and Grand Oak Padrig. Definitely something you shouldn't miss. Honestly makes me a little bit sad that I didn't download it through my link, because this hero is definitely cool. I have to say that. That would be a great addition to my team, but I guess you can have him. I sadly can't. For now let us check out the dungeons though. Well, we kind of start with the role of the dungeons in the game, I think. Because of course I already have a few heroes right here, and you always want to upgrade your heroes to do the most damage, to have the most speed, to have the best stats. And for that you not only need gear, but you need other upgrade materials too. We can see we already have a fair bit of gear here, but there are other layers to the upgrading in Raid Shadow Legends as well. Not only the relic, but you can see the mastery here where I have made a little bit of progress. And you can see, for example, those scrolls over here. And those are, for example, acquired through the dungeon. And we can check out the dungeons in the battle tab right here. You can see they're sometimes active on different days. This one opens on Monday, this one opens on Wednesday, and you get access to resources through them in a different manner. We can check out the Arcane Keep, for example. This one gives us lesser arcane potions, and the scrolls that we were just talking about, those are from the Minotaur's Labyrinth, which is also a dungeon boss. We can battle it right here. We will use our established team to fight it, just because I don't really have too many heroes yet, but those will surely do the trick because they are very strong actually. We always start off with a little bit of an add phase. The adds vary a little bit. Honestly, for some of those, there is a little bit of a... It's actually a little bit better to go with manual battling, because there are some ad waves that have targets in there that you want to take out, but for most of the time, if you're really grinding them, it's of course fine to go with auto battle. Once you have set up the team, of course, you want to make sure that is the case, because, well, if you don't have a proper team and try a high difficulty, you will struggle a little bit with those bosses, because they feature some very interesting mechanics that might make put you into peril. This boss, for example, does a ton of damage. We can check out the skills at the top or when we challenge the dungeon. One major thing is of course the hex debuff that will make all of our allies take damage whenever any of the allies take damage. So it will place the debuff on us probably right now. There we have it. Now when any of our heroes take damage, the allies of it will take damage too. And during this time he will deal double damage to our heroes. And in the first 3 rounds he will deal even more damage. So we can see this boss is a boss that will put a ton of damage out at the beginning of the fight, so you want to have heroes with strong restorative abilities, either ways to protect your team or strong restorative abilities. For us that would be Cassandra. Cassandra has a means of healing basically her entire HP, and of course does a ton of damage against this boss. And we can see we obtained advanced scrolls. In this case we obtained ones for 200 Wraec, so we can farm those as well. Very cool. One thing that I want to point out, if you are looking for a way to farm a boss, it's always a good idea to kind of check out whether or not there is a boss guide. I don't know if there's actually one for this one. There it is, boss guide. And this boss guide will also feature the skills, which I think is very important if you have like bosses in the game, I think it's important to be able to see the skills in advance, and I see so many games that do that incorrectly and that don't allow you to see the skills before, and then you have to figure it out. And of course that can be okay, but it wastes a ton of resources, and I like to kind of think about the skills a little bit, take my time with it, set up the team, and then go towards challenging the boss. That is something that I prefer a little bit. For most bosses there is like a big passive ability. They are mostly immune to CC effects, and then you kind of can go and can even use a guide that they made for it here with some strategies that you can approach and kind of challenge this boss a little bit. And they also explain something very relevant here. You won't just get random scrolls, you will actually get scrolls for the heroes you use in there. So effectively you need a team that can do it with 4 heroes so that you can change out one and basically get the scrolls for the next hero, which we could right here, I reckon, because, well, we had one hero die very, very early, so essentially with Cassandra we are also very well set, at least for this difficulty. But it is not like that every single boss is the same, and I want to show you another one, the Ice Golem Speak, which is a boss that we can use to get gear. And I want to show you this mainly because this boss has a very interesting mechanic that is very, very visible also at the start. Because what this boss does, we'll see that in a second, and kind of punishes players for attacking him immediately. And I kind of want to show you the difference in basically doing it the wrong way and the right way. The game will kind of try to take out the minions first here, so that you can summon minions. But what this boss also does is, he will summon those minions basically every time the main body reaches a certain HP threshold. So when we reach 80%, 60%, 45%, 30 or 15%, the boss will attack us and will revive any dead allies, so both of those mini-minions. But this attack itself will ignore 50% of our allies' defense, basically for any allies still alive, for any of his allies in that case. And it will have a higher freeze chance. So if we were to basically attack him without taking out those minions, he would deal a ton more damage to us, and he would also freeze our heroes. And we can try that. So now we basically went ahead and right now we cleared out the minions, so we can just manually attack the boss body now until it reaches 80%, where of course it will try to attack us. It will hit us with a very, very visible ice attack. Yeah, this one always makes those ice shards, and now the minions are basically back. We aren't forced to attack the boss. On manual, the game will do that, but we can also, on manual, the game will, or on auto, the game will attack the minions first. On manual, we can, of course, avoid that and can just attack the boss or the minions. If you were to do so, though, and I want to show you guys this, we can attack the boss, and we'll reach the next threshold. It will do a ton more damage, and you can see 2 of our heroes are now frozen and will basically not attack. And if you were to continue that, the situation would just get more dire, and you can see how much HP we actually lost just through those, through this one attack. Basically, you can imagine that we can't take like 4 or 5 more of this, obviously. So this would be a little bit of a problem. We can take out the first minion here so that that just doesn't attack us anymore, and then we can go for the second one, quickly take this out too. So you can see that there is an entirely different strategy now for this boss compared to the one that we fought before, and that there are entirely different things that are relevant here. And even though it is not like a huge raid mechanic or something like that, in a way that basically you have to figure this out and read the strategy guide for 1,000 years, this is still relevant that you do it in the right way. And it gives enough interaction that I have never seen before. We actually managed to get our Cassandra killed off. That is crazy, actually. Makes me think we probably just want to go for the main body boss now, because that can be a strategy still. If you are close to the end of the fight, just go for a little bit of a boss rush and clear the boss, because you win when the boss is dead. So we kind of have to fix our error here, but we managed to. So for the last percentages of the boss HP, this can be a thing. Saved it. Never seen Cassandra die to this boss. But of course, once you start to record the video, that will always be a thing. But now we get, of course, more resources through that and can upgrade our characters a little bit more. And especially the scrolls, of course, for the masteries are very, very important. There are sometimes event bosses too, or events associated to like getting, to like doing those dungeons. We have a Gear Hunters event here, for example, and we now obtained the first reward here just by doing the ice boss, because we get gear from this boss, and we could progress now through this event by doing this boss a little bit more and getting ourselves a ton of loot. So that would definitely be something that you would do when you start this game, and you can do it very early on, because the good thing about this is all of those dungeons, they do have different difficulties. So you start off at the top with like a stage 1, and you can see it gives 1 to 2 star loot. Not the best, but you can clear it easily, and it is way easier to do, and you can do it with the first characters you get, like Tholin, Foulbeard. But also, if you want to have some more characters beyond that, I can definitely recommend you that you just in the first 48 hours after starting the game, that you type in one of the codes from the description, because that will give you an additional legendary, and you can type in one of those and you can use that to get yourself a huge boost in game. So basically download the game through the link in the description or through the QR code on screen, and then type in one of the codes out of the description and you will get this legendary hero. I decided personally to go for Tuanarak, which is a great hero to basically start off your account, but you could also go for something like Wukong, also a great choice from that, and that will also be a great help. Just decide on the hero that you like the most and it will probably be a good choice. Keep in mind you want to do that within the first 48 hours of starting your account, and you can only type in a code every 24 hours. So definitely make sure, go into the game, and basically that should be the first thing that you do really, is get yourself this code and get that hero. Codes are all typed in right here when you click this promo code button. There you can type those in so you know about that. Personally, to end this video, basically I have to say the dungeons are an absolute insanity. I like that there are also event dungeons every now and then. So for some past events there have been also unique dungeons with unique bosses just for this event. This is something that I'm such a huge fan of. It's something that I really like, because I think it gives so much depth to it, and I like events where you get to fight bosses, and I don't understand how they are so rare in other games at all. Other games just don't really do too many bosses or repeat them for ages and ages. It's just okay for some of the farm bosses. I mean, I don't mind if something like Ice Cream Speaker or something stays, but if you throw in an event boss every now and then, that's so much better, and I really like that, and I really like thinking about optimal teams for that and doing optimal damage against those bosses. So that is definitely something that I really like, and that I super appreciate in this game. I will definitely try to fight a few more bosses. I hope you enjoyed this. If you have, you can support me by just using the link down in the description. It really helps me, guys, so would appreciate it. And anyway, I wish you guys a great day. We'll see us in the next one.